What's going on, everyone? So excited to be happy with Meant to Live podcast. I'm Paulo Cardoso. I'm so glad to be here today.
And I'm Nathan, and thrilled to be here remotely here with Paulo. We
Yes, very
couldn't
remotely today.
actually get together today. So
Nathan, so nice to see you too, my brother.
you're looking
I'm very
good.
excited for today. Thanks, man. Look at you, too. I'm very excited for today's topic. What is the topic of the day?
Today's topic is the power of your words.
I love this, man. The power of your words, It's so powerful and we don't realize how much when we speak the words, how that can affect our life, our future, and our present. So today we're gonna be talking about this. We're gonna be talk how what we speak shapes your thoughts, your
Hmm.
relationship, your faith, and your future. So we don't want just to describe our reality with words. We often create those words. So Nathan, I am so pumped to talk to you about this topic. So I have a question for you, actually. Go ahead.
No, go ask your question.
Can I ask a question? Awesome. Have you ever noticed that sometimes we go we go through the same problem than someone else, right? Same problem, exactly same situation, and we talk completely differently about that problem?
Experience different outcomes as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I have. Do you have an example? Like, how has that happened with you?
Well, I think going back, looking back, Um, I think when I was a youth, you know, growing up in a family that wasn't the more stable family, having a dad that was very abused, I decided not to have a victim mindset. I decided that I could follow two ways. The way that the light or the way that the darkness. And the way that the darkness for me was like, I'm a victim. I'm going to be like him. I don't know differently you know. But instead of that, I decided to do something new. I wanted to be better. I wanted to focus on the good things of the bad things. And that's helped me shape a lot of who I am today. It's not easy, but on my family or people that I know around my family that went through a similar situation, and again, it's not a comparison, a similar situation, they decided to do the other way and they went through a similar situation, the same situation than I actually, and they decided that it was easier for them not to fight back, just to be on that way
To
where
accept it and
exactly
embrace it?
to accept that. How about you? Do you have any example?
Yeah, I think, and actually, I had the tip from a friend. So going back a number of years when I was diagnosed with cancer, a friend who had actually beaten cancer said to me, "Don't own it. It's not your cancer." So you might have the doctors diagnose you and say, "This is what you have," but be very careful with your words. If you embrace a negative outcome, then we tend to manifest that negative outcome. So if I were to say, I have cancer or my cancer, taking ownership of it, I'm embracing that negative outcome. So that's something I actually refuse to do. So the doctors have diagnosed me with cancer, but it's not my cancer. I
Yeah,
reject it. And that was almost 8 years ago. Uh, I still go for checkups, and every time I'm in the cancer center meeting with my doctor, um, there's a whole lot of people who look a whole lot worse than I do. And
yeah,
I think, in large part, they've embraced the outcome in the future that they were told. And it's not true. Just because there's a negative experience, a negative thing that happens, it doesn't mean we have to take ownership of the negative outcome that accompanies it. We have power to reject that. There's power in our words, right? It's, I mean, we see it. If I look in the Bible in Proverbs 18:21, it says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." right off the bat there. Like Proverbs, one of the most wise books in the Bible, written by Solomon, the wisest man
Yep.
to ever live, is very, very clear. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. So it's not just about rejecting the death, rejecting the negative, rejecting that bad outcomes, but it's actually about also declaring
Yes.
this is the life, this is my future, this is my
Yes.
identity, and not accepting just the status quo.
So it's like you're saying, and I agree with you, that our words shapes our thinking.
Absolutely. Listen, how many times have you had a conversation with someone that starts with something about like how you doing, and they're like, well, I'm alive, with this
Mm,
negative attitude of like
yeah.
everything sucks, and the conversation will typically go nowhere because they're not doing anything worth talking about. They're not living a life worth talking about. They're just what they said, alive.
Yeah.
That's
No, a
that's it,
hundred
taking up
percent.
space.
100%. For me, not for me, do you know what a big one it used to be?
Yeah.
That it changed, I think, a year ago. Me and my
Okay.
wife, my beautiful wife, Melissa, we used to say, we are terrible with money.
Oh.
We are every day, we're terrible with money. We don't know how to manage our money. We are always worried about the money. And now we change it to like, I can learn, you know,
Hmm.
I'm learning how to manage money better.
Yeah.
It's a simple way, but
It's
it changed everything, even in a relationship, to be honest.
oh, 100%. I remember hearing a story, I think it was Jim Carrey. So the actor Jim Carrey was trying to make it in Hollywood, had no money, was broke, wrote himself a check. I think it was for 1 million or 10 million or some stupid amount that he didn't have, but he was declaring in faith,
Yeah,
this
I
is my
remember that.
future. And
Amen.
guess what happened?
Yep.
He became pretty successful, right?
Amen to that.
It's obviously not as simple as writing one check to yourself for a large number of funds. It was something that he shifted his mind and focused on. No, I am successful. My bank account might not show it, but that's not actually who I am. I'm not
Yes.
limited by that
So that's
reality.
that's a good point we're bringing. So many
Hmm.
people say, I'm so anxious. Wait, I'm walking through anxiety, but that's not my identity.
That's right.
And sometimes we say, I'm so anxious, and that's become our identity. Or like, I don't know how to manage my money. I'm
Hmm.
already becoming poor because I
You
already
just
telling myself,
you just
right?
embrace that just by
Why
saying
am I
it.
going to the gym if I'm so tired? I don't look good already. So
Yeah.
why am I going to the gym? Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's and I think
Buddy.
it goes back, right? It shapes a relationship,
Hmm.
And as a new father, I feel that that's so important. Like what do we say
Oh,
can affect the people around
yeah.
us.
And you experienced it growing up, right? You had the abusive situation in your home with your father. So being able to recognize what happened, but also change the future with the power of your words and your actions with your daughter Ella, and I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe a few more kids might come along.
maybe. It's yeah, no, I'm with you, man. It's like, would you rather spend time with someone at work? Anyone that's listening now, first of all, thanks for listening to us. Thanks for watching us. If you didn't click on the subscribe button, do it now. This is gonna support our ministry.
And like
And
us,
yeah,
thumbs up.
follow us, like us, and share with your friends. We are just disciples here. We are trying to learn more as we go. We might say things that we don't agree, and that's okay. Disagree, well, it's part of life, and we love this. But here's the question I want to bring to everybody. You're working in a corporation or nonprofit organization, you're working, or even on your side of your house or your family members. Would you rather spend time with the people that say, nobody's care, everything sucks, my life sucks, people are idiots, oh my God, again, I don't want to do this? Or would you prefer to spend time with someone and say, you know what, I have this problem. Do you have this problem? Let's find a solution. We will figure it out. God got us. You
Yeah.
know, we can make it through. Like, who would you rather spend time with? So that's a big, big question.
Yeah,
Who?
it's the visionaries that inspire you, the people who have hope for a future, right? They don't have hope by talking negatively, by embracing negative. They're very, very aware of what they're saying,
Yeah.
right? And how they are saying things. I actually
But
saw.
do you know what? Do you
Mhm.
know what, Nathan? Sorry to interrupt you.
No.
Sometimes we don't realize, and I can speak as my own experience, me and my wife, we didn't realize that we used to spend time with so in a toxic space because we didn't know different. We are new Christians. So for us, when life sucked before, for us was much easier to sit around, drink a beer, and just complain about life, just
Mhm.
gossiping. Like instead
Yeah.
of cope an issue, I used to just smoke my weed or drink or do something else. Instead, wait, I have this issue.
Hmm.
How can I do it? And more and more, I started to change the words of affirmation.
Hmm.
Even some family members start to get a little distance from me. And that was hard when we first start those boundaries, you
Yes.
know? So it's like the
It
words create our atmosphere, like who we want around us.
Yeah, it definitely changes the atmosphere. It definitely can make I think people uncomfortable, right? Because it helps them see, or maybe not help is the right word, but it exposes the negativity that they're embracing and they get
Well,
uncomfortable now.
100%.
It's like, "Oh my
Well, look
gosh."
social media. Look social media. Look at the
Oh,
media, the news. It's all bad
yeah,
things. All bad things.
absolutely. Over and
So,
over and over and over. That's all
so
they do.
like for the parents listening to us, watching us, listen, I work full time and volunteer with teenagers. And I will say it, this new generation, what they go through with the social media pressure, they don't know what's true, what's fake because of AI. So it's up to us to help them with the proper words to shape their future, you
And it's
know?
important too, as a parent, as a friend, as a brother, as a spouse, like people around you, when they say stuff that's just not true, like cut it off. Stop it in their tracks, right? If I hear you say, I'm ugly, I'm gonna be like, Paulo, dude, you're not ugly. You're Brazilian suave over there. You're looking good, right?
Looking good.
I'm not gonna let you go down that trail is my point. And
Yep.
um, and the same is true with your kids. Your kids come to you and say, I'm no good at this. No, it's not that you're no good. You might just be new at playing the guitar. You might just not have had a good teacher teaching you math, right?
Yes.
It's not that you're no good. You are good. You are valuable. And instilling that and cutting it off. Don't run when somebody else is saying something negative. Don't run with them on that journey. Don't be part of
Yes.
that journey,
Yes.
right? Your words are also powerful to affect other people, not just yourself.
You don't need to be to keeping up with the drums, right? You can take your own decisions. And I think it's hard sometimes. I experienced many, many times moments that was hard. And I had to call out people that I never imagined I would call them out. Say, hey, listen, like, I appreciate you. Even now that I have a 9 months old, like I love you. But listen, can I ask a favor around my daughter? Can you don't speak like this? It
Yeah.
is hard because you you want to create those health boundaries, but at the same time, I need to ensure
Yeah.
that's my job as a dad is ensure that the atmosphere of my daughters, my life, my family, my friends is being fulfilled with positivity, even on negativity moments. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that everything is perfect because reality is not. And if you are listening to us or watching us and you are getting closer and closer and closer in a relationship with God, you're going to see that it's harder and harder and harder because things happen and you don't understand, but you need to trust.
Yeah,
And that's part of the foundation, right, Nathan?
it's true. It's true. And as Christians, our example is God. He's laid out things for us. And, if we look in the Bible, right at the very beginning in Genesis, it's God created all of creation by speaking it first. He spoke it into being, right? And so he created with his voice and then declared it good. So what we say with our voice has incredible power. I was actually just reminded of a story. So we spent a number of years in Northern California, part of a church called Bethel. Um, some of you are going to turn this off now, and that's okay. Get over yourself.
No, they're not.
But you're right, they're not. I just used words wrong. That was a great example. You called me out.
Yes.
Um, but one thing they did that was really great, in their Sunday church services, they would do a time of giving, a time of tithes and offerings. But instead of just praying and passing a bucket like most church does, they actually had a series of declarations. So as you were giving, you were
Mm,
declaring who God made you to be and then giving in response to that. And it was very, very powerful. Some of the things in the
I love
declarations,
that.
like we would do it every Sunday and see these things
I love
manifest
that.
in our
Yes.
lives. It was
Yes.
incredible. And it was
I love this.
not just the once off. You don't say it one time and then, oh, that's good enough. No, it's about actually shifting your mindset
A
and
hundred
doing it
percent.
over and over and over again.
A
Um,
100%.
Science shows us, I think it's after 29, 30 days of instilling a pattern,
Yep.
then our
21
brain
days.
rewires to
Yep.
accept that pattern, that thought process. So, if it's something you're struggling with, we're putting out a 30-day challenge coming up that's going to help shift your mind. It's going to be a series of declarations of your identity, of who you are, how valuable you are, and we're going to go through it together. And at the end of the 30 days, I guarantee you're going to see a change in your outlook on the world. You're going to see a change in your outlook on your identity,
Yeah.
on your outlook on your family, on your finances, uh, on all of it. It's going to radically shift your mind and who you are. So please make sure you watch out for that. Sign up for the newsletter. We're going to be releasing details there and on social media. But that's just a little peek of something coming ahead.
I
So
love
we're on
this,
a we're
bro.
on a journey together, right, Paulo?
Oh yeah,
Nobody's solo.
100%. I was my wife and I got a gift the other day, a book. The
Yeah.
book name is The Power of Praise. And this book changed everything in my life. I was praying that wasn't wrong, but instead to it was more complaining to God than actually praying. And why praise matters. It's so simple. Like it shifted my perspective from problems to God faithfulness.
hmm
Okay. An example I can give here. 2 weeks ago, and I love to be vulnerable. I know some
Yeah.
people they aren't, but I love to be vulnerable. 2 weeks ago was a Tuesday. My wife and I put our daughter to sleep,
hmm
went to bed, went on our knees, and we start to laugh because our prayer was like, God, thank you so much that our bank account is on the negative. This is showing us how much more we want you in our lives. On Wednesday morning, a client that I don't have an agents anymore, a market agents, but I used to have, that used to owe me an invoice for over a year ago, paid me on Wednesday morning. So it's just like for me, it's like instead, and this book is so good because it started with a testimony of a mother and a son that they have been praying for 30 years. And the power of words, they have been praying for the 30 years for the dad to stop drinking
Yeah.
and become Christian. And for 30 years, nothing happened. And one day, both of them praised God, thanks for my dad's addiction. We know that we want you more and more in our lives. In the same week, dad came home for dinner and asked the son, what is that movie you were watching the other day? And he said, wow, Jesus the Revolution.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
he's like, can we watch the movie? They watched the movie. On the Sunday, he went to a church and he gave his life to Jesus and his addiction. So my point is here is so important. The words we use,
And
right?
the thankfulness, right? You called that
A
out
hundred
in
percent,
those
a
words.
hundred percent.
Um, the very root of it is being thankful for the future that we have. For, sometimes there might be challenges, but we're thankful that God is faithful, that God is in
Mm,
control of everything. We're not being, stupid and going, oh, this is great. I have no money. Thank you. No, it's the thanks is that God,
yeah,
you own all the resources. You have unlimited resources. We don't need
yeah,
if we have you. You are
yes.
enough. And that's the point, right?
And
It's
I think what you're saying makes sense because Jesus, the way I see is Jesus taught that words come from the overflow of our heart. So it means that words come from
that's
inside
it.
of us, right? So not bad words make you bad. Sometimes you swear, but doesn't make you a bad person, right? Words, I think, reveal what's already
Condition of your
happening
heart.
inside.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, for instance, sometimes your anger, right? Eventually leaks through words. If you don't
Yeah.
have self control, or if you don't know how to express your anger, you
Yeah.
know. But the same way goes to gratitude.
It
Gratitude
does.
leaks your words. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I was actually that I love that. It reminded me of a story that Tony Robbins gives. Actually,
Yeah.
it's an example. Um, I saw recently he's giving a seminar and he's talking about the power of words. And he has a volunteer and he says, "Pick up your chair." And the lady picks up her chair. And he's like, "Okay, put it down." She puts it down. He goes, "Now try to pick up your chair." And
Yeah.
so she grabs the chair and pretends like she's trying. So she's not actually picking up the chair. And he goes, "What are you doing? You're not picking up the chair." She goes, "I'm trying." He goes, "No, you're not picking up the chair." So she picks it up and he goes, "I thought you were supposed to be trying. You just picked up the chair." And so she puts it down and pretends to try. And he goes, "You're not trying. You're not picking up the chair." And his point was, there is no try. It's a word that we make up to deceive ourselves,
Mm,
right? We
I agree.
actually we actually either do things or we don't do things. And when we
Yes.
say I'm trying to do something, what we're saying is I haven't
I'm
actually
not going to do
decided
it.
if I'm going to do it. I'm not
Yeah.
committed to doing it,
Yeah.
but we've mentally think there's some action and stuff. We actually are deceiving ourselves. And that's the
100%.
power of that word. And it's a word
100%.
that I would like to remove from my vocabulary because it's so useless.
Yeah. 100%. Well, that goes how our words shape our fate.
Absolutely.
You're saying something so powerful right now, right? Many people, including myself, I used to pray, God, nothing ever works. I don't understand. Like I feel that sometimes you don't care, God.
Yeah.
My life will never change. Look what I'm saying, right? Then
And you're
I keep
partnering with those
I was one,
statements.
yeah, and you wonder after why your faith feels weak,
Yes.
right? So
No doubt.
faith grows
Well,
in the way we speak to. So
yeah.
we always should be creating possibilities and not impossibilities,
Hmm.
right?
It's like pouring gasoline on the fire of life, right?
Yeah,
It's it's going to take off whether you want it to or not. So
yeah,
what kind of gas are you pouring on that fire,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
There's
100%, 100%. And what you
um
said as well, the vocabulary, like
mhm.
one word that I'm trying to remove from my vocabulary is like I should or if.
Yeah.
Like Those words I don't want on my vocabulary, you know? Like I
Absolutely.
would,
Those are
I,
terrible.
and we don't see it. Like, oh, for instance, I can't. Oh, why am I gonna do this? It feels impossible, you know? I'm
Nothing
not
is
good enough.
impossible.
I'm not good enough. Why am I gonna even try this? I'm not good enough.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
For Tom Cruise, nothing is impossible, eh? Mission Impossible.
Listen,
That guy,
he's impressive.
he is impressive. But I
That's
would
right.
say, going back what you were saying here, like instead of say I can't, it's impossible. Like let's try to say I will learn. You
Yes.
know, I will grow. I will
Well,
make it possible.
just on that line, there's actually a few declarations, and this is just a sneak peek of some of what the challenge is going to be. But we're going to wrap up the podcast with a couple things here.
Yes.
And there's simple declarations that we're going to go through. And honestly, you should try and do these every morning on your way to work. You're driving. Just try saying them over and over and over again. We're going to put them in the chat below. But
Hmm.
there's 5 declarations we're going to say today to finish this podcast off. And if you're listening, go ahead and join us. Say them with us. You ready,
Yeah,
Paulo?
I'm ready. Before we go, I just have a closing thought here for
Yeah, of
everybody.
course.
Like your words is like a seed. It's like seeds. Imagine seeds. Your words are like that. So every conversation plants something. Every conversation plants something. Remember that. The question is, are you planting fear or faith? Hope or no hope? Are you plant life or death? And eventually, what you plant, how is that plant is gonna grow?
Yeah.
So for me as a new father, I want to be very careful what I say, how I say, because I know my daughter is watching me. Even though she doesn't speak yet, she is a seed.
She watches
And
everything.
my words is the water of that seed. So just keep this in mind. As Nathan said, we're gonna be posting a challenge for you guys for the next 30 days. It's gonna be very powerful. If you have any questions, always reach out to us. And we are just grateful that you took the time to listen to us, to listen to this Brazilian guy here speaking in English. And yeah, I'm just grateful for each of you. Nathan, any close thoughts?
Yeah, let's go and say these declarations as we close. So
Let's
we'll do
go.
it. We'll do it a couple times, but I'll say it first, and then Paulo, if you want to repeat it.
Yeah,
So if you're listening, you go ahead and repeat it with Paulo. So number 1, I am powerful.
I am powerful.
I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
I am valuable.
I am valuable.
I have a strong mind.
I have a strong mind.
And I have a great future.
And I have a great future.
We're going to do that one more time. If you didn't do it, you need to do it. These are powerful. So, first one, I am powerful.
I am powerful.
I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
I am valuable.
I am valuable.
I have a strong mind.
I have a strong mind.
And I have a great future.
And I have a great future.
Paulo, I love it.
I love it, Nathan. Thank you so much, everybody, to listen up, follow us, send your comments. Tell us what you like it, what you don't like it. Help us to shape us to be better and better and better. Our main objective here is just share the love of Jesus. If you're not a Christian and you are curious to know more about who Jesus is, what he has done in our lives, reach out. We will
Yeah.
be happy, joyful to talk to you because there is nothing better in this world that you know the words, how to say it, that you understand the power of the words, but also understand that you are loved,
Yes.
that God, He wants one thing for us. That's blessing us and always possible. So if you will believe in that, that's it. He's gonna bless us. Maybe not on our time, but he will know. So thank you again. Was a pleasure chat with you, Nathan. Yeah,
Likewise.
see you next week, guys. Don't forget to click the follow button, leave your comments, and share with your friends and family.
Have a good one. Bye.